Okay, how we doing, folks? So today's 26 March 2021, a little bit after 10 o'clock in the morning. And I'd like to welcome everybody. Hope everybody is being safe out here, okay? On this beautiful, glorious day, Friday. Fairly nice out here today. In Las Vegas, about 65 degrees. I just left the gym here, tried to get a little workout on, though. Man, I don't work out like I used to, but I was able to, to get a good routine in today. So today's video, I want to talk a little bit about Deshawn Jackson. Not bad way. And I'm not trying to come after him. All right, but it's going to be entitled Deshawn Jackson and Watson. I'm sorry, Deshawn Watson, the current quarterback for the Houston Texans. I give him the benefit of the doubt, but we have to make better choices as men, particularly black men, okay? So you know that, well, you guys that play sports and all that, that he has a frivolous relationship with the the Houston Texans. There was a lot of things that led to that event, but basically what it is he's got like 16, 17 women. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. That allege that some type, I don't know, sexual misconduct allegations in a massage parlor. Okay, I guess he was going to those massage parlors, and my thing is, again, where's the proof? All right, but let me start by saying this. Why this guy's making like $27.5 million a year? I think when you add it all up, it's something like about $135, $140 million, something like that, a contract for 5 years. Why would a man that's worth that much money, get caught up in some cheap ass, $75, $100 an hour massage parlor? Okay, number one. Now, you would think, let's just say, he's already had a girlfriend, a very nice looking girl. I saw him with, like in a magazine, and he could pretty much, have more than one woman if he wanted. He probably could have any woman in Houston of his choice, or whoever that he likes. I don't really understand why. Now, I think some alternatives to this could have been if he needed a massage. You figure that he would have had enough money making $27.5 million a year to, hire a professional masseuse. Okay, and I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do. I'm sorry about that light there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, again, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but let's just say if he wanted to go there, again, he, could have got a professional, escort service or whatever. All right, other than, some scantily clad little massage parlor. The way that probably society is going to look, or people that are smart, the police and all that, they're going to look at these massage parlors as quote unquote whorehouses, okay, or borderline. It is what it is, and this is the reason why we have to make better choices. Now, it's not just this case right here. All right, and I guess you got lawyers involved in it. I don't know if they're trying to find him guilty of this, or maybe they're trying to like go after his money by giving these women, severances or whatever, okay, and try to devalue this man. But it was a series of events in this scenario that led to this. Back here, right after the season ended, or February, he wanted to trade because they had a change in the front office or in the coaching or the front office, one of the two, and he wasn't involved in the process or whatever, in the selection process. And I think that he had a case in that if he were to be a franchise player. Okay? And therefore, yes, he had requested a trade. I think the way they look at it from a business standpoint is now they're losing a franchise player, okay, that they paid them all that money. And if they're going to lose him as a franchise player, that means they're going to lose money. They're going to lose fans. And I guess they have to think of a way to make all that up. So maybe just my thought process is either he's going to have to get the money back, or they'll end up, pulling out his file. And all these athletes, they have files. Some have bigger files than others. Okay, but in fact, we all have a file, all right? So, because none of us are perfect. Deshaun Watson's case being one of them. But there's really no proof about, this man that they're getting, and what they're talking about is these quote-unquote happy endings and all that, okay? So I think that this is what's with him wanting to get a trade and with them about to lose money. This is where all this stems from. You understand what I'm saying? Man. Yeah. So, gentlemen, I want to say it like this. You need to be careful about going to these massage parlors. You see what happened to Robert Kraft. Dude worth $5 billion or whatever, okay? And I just, he could have any woman he want, and he could have whatever, he could hire whatever professional massage, place of his choice or whatever. It's just that I don't understand. But I guess this goes to show that rich people, they want a discount too, But if you know better, if you got the resources, you do better, okay? And it's not always good to wait till after the fact. And again, I'm not saying that, some of those alternative ways are the right things to do, but at least it can keep you out of trouble. Now, morally, you probably have to answer these things or whatever, but you won't end up in a situation like this. So, gentlemen, you want to be very, very careful about going up in these massage parlors or whatever, or even maybe dealing with anybody that you feel scandalous. Now, women, I'm not talking about all women, okay? Because like with guys that happen to stuff that happened to people like Antonio Brown and and others, and those with black men seem like they get souped up bigger than any other ethnicity of man. You see, about a month and a half ago, Chad Wheeler had beat up his girlfriend, and unless there was a commentator had brought that incident up off script, you would have barely even known about it. If you don't know by now, if you look like me, you have to figure like this. You're the salt of the earth. All right. So the things that you're going to do are probably 10 times, be 10 to 100 times greater. It's what it is. So guys, you got to be very, very careful about, dealing with some of these, these wicked, scantily clad women or whatever. Okay. You can't be, have to be very, very careful about, about how you treat these women and come and treat them like objects and going to, in a sexual way. All right. Many, not all, are two-dimensional thinkers or whatever. Okay. But we as men have to be the ones to set the tone. And if they change their mind or they complain about it and they're not interested on top of that, or if they change their mind, and again, if they complain about it, your ass in trouble, okay? So you guys got to be very, very careful. Man, I'll pray for Deshaun Watson, okay? I think that he'll be able to get out of this, but his reputation or whatever is going to be, tattered. Whether he stays in Houston or whether he goes somewhere else, his conditions are real crappy. And man, it's one of the things he's going to have to work his way out of. So maybe if anything comes out of this podcast, I pray that, him and, we all have to be able to make, better choices about, who we deal with, and be very, very careful about where we go and where, we look, and maybe, what we covet, and, and be careful about where we put our hands. Very, very selective or whatever. Okay. Knowing when and where to, because you'll be surprised that people are watching. Okay. The eyes are in the sky. But I'm going to pretty much leave it at that. Again, they're allegations, and I'll have other subjects to talk about. So if you like this video, feel free to subscribe, leave your comments, likes, and shares, and stay tuned for the next video.